Hi guys, so as you probably know, I got robbed. It had been 2 years since the unfortunate incident that led to the disappearance of my vintage wardrobe. There is a whole separate video on that if you want to have a look. Tears were shed. I spent the rest of my holiday in crappy fast fashion clothes from a chain store. And then as soon as I got back home, I was like, okay, I need to get my vintage wardrobe back because it's still summer. It was the beginning of the summer, so I needed to find a solution. Not gonna lie, some of the clothes that got stolen were actually quite expensive. Not only because there were vintage pieces involved, but also I don't shop very often. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a shopping girl. I don't just go to the mall and shop for stuff because I never find anything I like. So when I find something I like, I tend to save up money for it, then buy the expensive piece and be like, okay, I'm gonna wear this for like 10 years straight, hopefully. Like this shirt I've been wearing every day for the past 3 years and it's falling apart. But it was expensive, so I'm gonna keep wearing it. Like, I'm just assuming that the pieces that I buy are going to be with me for at least a couple of years. So when I came back from the holiday, obviously buying all these expensive pieces that I accumulated over the years was impossible because I would just be very broke. It was just out of the question to buy all of them at once. But I needed clothes, so what did I do? I ended up thrifting some, I ended up making some. Then last summer I thrifted some more and I made some more. I also did end up buying over the course of the past 2 years like a couple of expensive items that I knew will be a good base? What was that accent? For my wardrobe. And also I did have some clothes that I did not pack for my holidays, which were like the worst ones obviously because I didn't pack them and they ended up accidentally surviving the Italian raid. So all in all, 2 years on, it turns out I actually have a lot of clothes. Probably a little bit too many. So let's have a look at these and let's try them on because actually a couple of them I didn't wear last summer because I gained weight. So I don't know if they're gonna fit this summer. They might be gone forever actually. We're gonna have a look. Let's have a look. This video is sponsored by How to Rebuild Civilization. It's an encyclopedia-style book that's a visual archive of human knowledge, skills, inventions. It's illustrated entirely by hand, which in today's AI art-infused world I think is not so obvious. And I have to say the artwork is absolutely stunning. The book is full of historical references, hidden Easter eggs, and will just do great on your coffee table if you're struggling with a conversation starter with guests. If all that sounds like something you're interested in, you can get the book using the QR code on screen or the link in the description. And you'll get 10% off until 19th of July with the code Carolina10. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Bye! We start off with the clothes I made myself. Some of them, like this skirt from 2017, made from a 1940s pattern, or this black skirt made in 2018, have been with me for a long time. Some were pandemic makes, and it truly baffles me just how much time and energy I had back then because really, soutache? Some of the pandemic clothes sadly don't fit anymore, but that is okay. Some others are more recent makes like this skirt and dress I made right after my clothes were stolen, or these dresses that I made last year. The striped one's hem is a little messed up and the yellow one is too short, but guess what? They're still cute. Because I needed clothes quick, I went on Vinted and I bought some secondhand peasant style blouses. I love how these look, however, all of them are polyester and in hot weather they are genuinely unusable because they just don't breathe. Especially this yellow one, it's not only thick plastic fabric, but it also has longer sleeves, so it's a killer. I got this top when I was in New York and oh my god, I actually need your help. It's one of my favorite tops and I only have one other color and I need more of them. The brand is called The Workshop, but I think they only do wholesale because I've done my research. So if you have one for sale in size S, even if it's used, do let me know because it's so cute. This one I bought in Rome the day we were robbed, and hear me out, it doesn't look like much, but when you tie it in a knot in front, perfect fit, even in the back. So it has unironically become one of my favorite summer shirts, especially that it's cotton. I also have this dress from TJ Maxx. It's discounted polo by Ralph Lauren and I got it for a wedding, but it shrunk when I washed it, even though I was kind of careful. And ironing and steaming didn't quite help, so now it's an awkward length with the lining showing, but it's also a good wedding dress, I mean a dress for a wedding, so I'm keeping it for now. The modern brands that do vintage style clothing tend to be quite expensive, but good quality. So I bought the exact pair of shorts that was stolen, then I bought these linen shorts that look very 1930s to me, and these white linen pants that again were in the stolen luggage. The problem is, before they were in a more natural darker color and these are a little more see-through. I also have this dress to compensate for this dress that was stolen. The thing is, it's not at all the same. It's different fabric, it's different cut, and it kind of looks too 70s. I was thinking of maybe adding a button here so it looks more 1940s, but I don't know, there is something about this dress that doesn't hit right and doesn't hit the same, and it bleeds like hell. Like even my underwear will be red after I wear it. But it's a nice casual dress, so I'm keeping it for now. I also got this one, and to be honest, it's not really a summer piece because the fabric is very thick. I thought it could be a special occasions dress that I could wear to like Christmas dinners and weddings and outings, but it's been almost a year and I still haven't worn it, so I'm thinking of maybe giving it away because clearly something about it just doesn't work for me. I recently bought this dress from a friend, and even though it's slightly big, the belt compensates for that. The only problem I have with actual vintage during summer is that it often does not breathe very well. One of the things I was the saddest about was my vintage swimsuits. They fit me like a glove, they provided coverage, and they were just so cute. So last year I got this 1950s swimsuit, and luckily it fits almost as well as the old one. But now I'm kind of paranoid about taking it with me on holidays. I've also had this dress for 7 years, but it's been so loved that it's slowly falling apart. I think I'm thinking of maybe copying this one because it just fits so well. I also have this one, but again, the fabric is not perfect for summer. I have this 1970s dress I got last year, and I'll be honest, I haven't worn it yet because it's too elegant as they were, but it's too casual as evening wear. So it would be perfect for like a 1930s style picnic, but that hasn't happened yet, so I haven't worn it. And finally, I got this 1980s blouse last year, and it's cotton, so double win. Pretty cute. I also have some pieces that miraculously survived. This blouse I was wearing on the day we discovered the robbery, so it wasn't in the car, and these things I have already worn the days prior, so they needed a wash and weren't in the suitcase. This skirt, by the way, I got this from a follower back when I had a costuming blog, so it must have been like 10 years ago. Shout out to this person because it's legit one of my favorite skirts, and I still wear it after all this time. I think these are all the pieces I have in my summer wardrobe, and let me just say that it's a lot of clothes, but I think partially because I keep making new clothes and I don't sell the old ones because by the time I'm not wearing them, they're just not in a great state. I still think my summer wardrobe was much more refined before the robbery, but I know it takes time to build the wardrobe of my dreams, and hopefully I will continue working on it in the summers to come. Thanks for watching and bye!